Prayer is a hugely important practice for growing followers of Jesus. It can be one of the most exciting parts of your day because you see, prayer is a special invitation to enter into a conversation with God. Many people feel like they're inadequate, they're amateurs when it comes to prayer. They don't know enough about the Bible, or they don't feel like they have the right words. But in this learning module, I want to encourage you to be bold and confident in your prayer life. I want to invite you to practice 3 simple guidelines that can help you in your daily practice of prayer. I'm very much aware that God is inviting us into this conversation. He's not reluctant. He invites, he's welcoming us into this daily time that we can interact with him. And so I want to encourage you that you make this a daily practice. And so in this module, and as you study through the study guide, we just want to give you some basic principles that can help you in this adventure. So the first principle, and these come from Pete Greig, who's a writer and author and someone who is a great proponent about prayer. Pete's first principle is keep it simple. Prayer is not about a complex set of words. Prayer's the privilege of bringing to God your own personal thoughts and feelings. Just bringing yourself into the conversation with God as you approach your daily life and the situations that you'll face. And while we want to respect and honor God in our praying, God invites us to enter into a simple conversation where we just bring our own words and our own life into this relationship. Secondly, Pete recommends that we keep it real. We don't have to try to come before God in some special, polished way. Honesty is a vital component to our prayer life. So as you enter into prayer, come with your own feelings that you feel that day. If there's a sense of anger or fear or joy or excitement, these are the ways that we want to enter into our conversation with God. Your dreams, your failures, your expectations are all vital as we enter into this time of prayer. So keep it real. Allow the living God to enter into exactly where you are in that point in life for you. The third principle that Pete brings up is to keep it up. Like any human relationship, consistent two-way conversation is vital. It's easy to become discouraged or to give up. Jesus even said, always pray and don't give up. And so one of the key principles and guidelines is that you consistently bring your life into this conversation with God. So set aside a time, carve out a place, make it a consistent practice that you enter into prayer and conversation with God on a daily basis. So as a result of that, I want to encourage you to put these 3 practices, these 3 guidelines into action this week. So I would encourage you to download the study guide, do the Bible study. There are some significant scriptures that will help inform you and teach you, that will give you better confidence and understanding about prayer. But then also put these action steps into place. First of all, set aside time every day for prayer. Begin to develop that consistent habit of just spending time with God. Secondly, I would encourage you this week to volunteer to pray with your family or in your group. Set aside your fears, step into it, and just be real in your conversation with God. Not only do that in private, but begin to establish the practice of praying out loud with others. And then finally this week, I would encourage you to memorize the Lord's Prayer. It's found in 2 places in the New Testament, but I would encourage you that you look at Matthew chapter 6, verses 9 through 13. Read it every day and begin to put it into memory. This was the prayer that Jesus gave to his disciples, and it provides for us a tremendous framework for our own praying. Well, I'm excited for you because you're entering into a magnificent adventure. God is welcoming and anxious that you enter into this conversation and this prayer life with Him. So I would encourage you this week as you go about that. Let your coach or your pastor know about what God is up to in your life. And may God bless you as you learn to pray with confidence and boldness.